Do you believe in signs? Habs Nation? Because in the hockey world, when the same name gets linked to the same team for the fourth consecutive time, it's no longer a coincidence. It's an obsession. And this time, the dynamic has shifted entirely. We're not just talking about a one-sided desire from the Montreal Canadiens anymore. The news that rocked this Thursday morning is that the door, which was previously just slightly ajar, has now been flung wide open by the player himself. Jordan Kyrou is open to a change of scenery. That phrase, coming from a respected insider like David Pagnotta, changes everything. For months, we speculated whether the St. Louis Blues would sell. Now we know there's a mutual understanding. The marriage has soured. And when a 27-year-old sniper, capable of potting 36 goals in a single season, becomes available on the market, Kent Hughes' phone has a moral obligation to ring. But before we get carried away and start ordering a number 25 jersey with his name on it, I've got to drop the first bombshell right in your lap. Would you shell out $8.1 million per year, all the way until 2031, for a player who guarantees you 70 points, but sometimes forgets he needs to play defense? Is this the profile we're missing for our top six? Or is this the kind of contract that turns into dead weight in 3 years? Hold that answer. Because today we're dissecting the Kyrou saga and figuring out why the storyline refuses to die. Let's start with the cold, hard facts. The numbers. Jordan Kyrou isn't prospect. He's a proven commodity. Last season, he played all 82 games, which is a miracle in today's injury-riddled league. Scored 36 goals and added 34 assists. That's 70 points. To put that into perspective, how many players on the current Montreal Canadiens roster can reliably hit 35 goals and 70 points right now? Cole Caulfield? Yes. Nick Suzuki? Yes. And after that, it's a steep drop-off. Slavkovsky is getting there. Lane could be that guy if he stays healthy. But Kyrou brings that offensive certainty today. Tactically, the fit is a dream for any offensive-minded coach. Imagine Kyrou's speed on the wing, receiving pinpoint passes from Suzuki. Suzuki is the brain, Caulfield is the sniper, and Kyrou is the engine, the guy who breaks down defenses with pure skating and skill. Gabriel Sammy's article cuts right to the chase. The Canadiens need pure talent on the wings to support Suzuki. It's not about effort. It's not about grit. It's about raw talent. And Kyrou has that in spades. However, and there's always a massive however, when we're talking long-term contracts, let's flip the coin and look at the ugly side. His deal runs until 2031. That's 5 more years of a heavy commitment at $8.125 million per season. In a world where we're already burdened by the contracts of Brendan Gallagher and Josh Anderson, adding another monster salary requires some serious financial gymnastics. And then there's a defensive question. His plus-minus last season was a concerning minus 12. Sure, the St. Louis Blues weren't a defensive juggernaut, but Kyrou has a reputation as a player who skates forward but glides backward. Martin St. Louis, our coach, values a 200-foot game. Does Kyrou fit the culture we're building? Or would he be a square peg or round hole, only interested in attacking? Now, let's talk about the trade cost. The article mentions that to pry an asset like this from St. Louis, we'd need to sacrifice top-tier prospects. This is where the conversation gets tense. St. Louis isn't looking for scraps. They want to either rejuvenate their roster or compete quickly. So, who are we talking about? Would you have the guts to involve a David Reinbacher, a Logan Mailloux, or maybe an unprotected first-round pick? The price for a 27-year-old sniper in his physical prime is astronomical. If Kent Hughes circles back for the 4th time, as Pagnotta suggests, he knows he won't land Kyrou by offering second-round picks and fourth-line players. He's going to have to bleed a little. There's an interesting context the article hints at between the lines. Other names are on the table. Vincent Trocheck has been linked to the Habs. Nazem Kadri's price tag has been revealed, and it's steep. But Kyrou is different. He's younger. He's a winger, not a center, which, curiously, seems to be the new focus since the hunt for a center has cooled according to other reports. He fits the age window of our core. Suzuki is 26, Caulfield is 25, Kyrou is 27. They could play together for half a decade. The big question is this idea of a change of scenery. Often, A talented player stagnates because the environment has turned toxic or simply stale. Kyrou in Montreal, with the fans pushing him, with the media scrutiny. Does he have the personality for it? Or will he wilt under the pressure of a 3-game pointless streak when the local papers plaster his face on the front page questioning his salary? Playing in St. Louis is one thing. Playing at the Bell Center for $8 million is a completely different beast. I see this report from Pagnotta as a very strong signal. Usually, when it leaks that a player is open to leaving, it's because his agent is already working behind the scenes. And if Kent Hughes has tried 3 times before, he's got a full dossier on the player. He probably knows what Kyrou eats for breakfast. The only thing that's changed now is the player's willingness and, perhaps, the Blues' flexibility to negotiate. So, to wrap up this breakdown and toss the responsibility to you, the real GM of this channel, let's do a little thought experiment. The phone rings. It's Doug Armstrong, GM of the Blues. He says, Kent Kyrou is yours. I want your 2026 first-round pick, which could be high, and Logan Mailloux. In return, you get Kyrou, and I'll retain $1 million of his salary. Do you pull the trigger? Do you trade uncertain future assets, a draft pick and a prospect, for the certainty of 35 goals today? Or do you think this $8 million contract is a trap that will hinder us from re-signing Slavkovsky or go down the line? That's the poll of the day. Yes or no to Jordan Kyrou in Montreal? I want to see your arguments in the comments. Who's all in for pure talent? And who's preaching financial caution? The market is on fire, and if this is a 4th and final attempt, the outcome could be explosive. Don't forget to drop your take. I'll be reading every single comment. Stay locked in for more updates.